Greetings, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to Mastering Meeting Roles, the Evaluator edition. One disclaimer is that we do things a certain way in our club, Celebration Kenner Toastmasters, and this was designed for the club. But if there's anything you can take from it and learn, please feel free and just forget what isn't helpful. Let's look at the evaluator role. If you're serving as an evaluator, these are the things you have to do. Coordinate with the speaker, print the evaluation form, or download it for use on a computer or a tablet. Listen attentively during the speech and write notes. Use the sandwich approach when presenting your verbal evaluation. Send the speaker the evaluation form. So let's look at each one. Coordinate with the speaker. That's simply what I was talking about with the speaker coordinating with the evaluator. You just want to make sure you get with them ahead of time and say, is there anything else that you want me to look for besides what's in the form? And I'm hoping that their evaluation form would already be there for you to download, but if it's not, you can check with them to do that. Once they put their or select their speech project from that drop down on the agenda page of the website, it's going to populate the evaluation form. And so then you will go to the agenda. In this case, I did pick level 5, prepare to speak professionally. And then you can click the evaluation form button to open the form. You can also look at the project description too, if you want some more information. The project description shares some of what's on the evaluation form, but I think it's a little bit more detail. It gives you the overview of the project and basically what the speaker had to do as part of the project. Once you print the evaluation or you save it so that you can complete it and prepare to send it, you are going to be listening to the speech during the meeting and writing notes. I encourage you to take a lot of notes so that when you're filling out the form, you fill it out completely. Now, this is what the evaluation form looks like. And you want to make sure ahead of time or at some point, if everybody's done their job, you will know what the speech title is. You're the evaluator, the member's name, of course, and the date. And you want to make sure you fill in the comments about what they excelled in, what they might want to work on, and what they can do to challenge themselves. The second page of the evaluation form is the numerical ratings, but there's also fields for you to comment. And I suggest that you always comment. I have gotten so many evaluations where people gave me all 5s and never gave me any feedback. That is not an evaluation, folks. And for the record, if you look at the evaluation ratings, a 5 is exemplary. It means there's no way you could have done better. A 4 means you did exceptionally well. You excelled. A 3 means you met the project objectives. So technically, if all they did was give a speech and meet the objectives and it wasn't exceptional, you're going to give them all 3s, or you're going to give them 3s in the areas they deserve 3s in. But no one should be offended by any of these ratings, particularly 3 and above. The number 2 means that you're an emerging speaker. So somebody that's just starting out and they're kind of awkward with their hand gestures, or they're getting used to Zoom like me and trying to do hand gestures, but struggling with them. That would be considered emerging, so you would give them a 2. And then the first one is developing. So this is real early Toastmasters where they're struggling to develop their speeches and really just learning what public speaking is all about. But just make sure you fill this out and think about it. If you want more information on what the different levels mean in each of the categories, you just flip to that 3rd page of the evaluation and review all of that. That information is there for you. So when you download the form, you should be using the right form, the one that's tied to their agenda role, and then you should make sure you read it and really give some thought to it. That's part of being a good evaluator. When you're presenting your evaluation verbally at the meeting, you should always use the sandwich approach. So start out with something positive, share what they can do better or what they can do to challenge themselves, and then wrap up with sort of an overview or a summary of everything, but make sure you end positively so that the sandwich is made up of positive slices of bread and meat in the middle that tells them how they can improve and do better. And then you want to send the evaluation to the member. You can coordinate with your VPE if you need to, send it to them. Let me just give you a couple of do's and don'ts about sending the speaker evaluation. If you're filling it out on the computer, you can just save it. Make sure you save a copy that has the text in it before you close the form. Sometimes they don't save right. But if you're doing it that way, then it's easy. You can just save it to your desktop or to a place on your hard drive and email it as an attachment to the member. If you've printed it and you've handwritten it, here's a do. The do is write clearly. It's very hard to understand people's handwriting when they write in script. If you must write in script, make sure it's legible. Some people don't read script because it's not taught in all schools any longer. I'm hoping it's back, but make sure your writing is legible. And if you have printed it and written it, make sure that you either scan it to get a nice clean copy to email, or if you must take a picture with your phone, which is an alternative to scanning, please take your time and make sure that you hold your phone above the evaluation form. Try to crop so that it's only the form and it's not all the other things you have on your desk or your writing surface. Also, make sure that your phone is level, that there's no glare or reflection. It's hard, right? It might be easier to just scan it. But take your time and make sure you send them a decent image of what the evaluation is. And if you want to go a step further, also make sure you send them at least pages 1 and 2 and maybe 3 so that they have it all together. I would suggest to go a step further and email those images to the person as opposed to texting them. By emailing them, it's on their computer easily. They don't have to forward the images to their emails so that they can have them on the computer to save into a folder. If they're obnoxiously OCD like me, they're going to want to save those evaluations and put them either in their Toastmasters online portfolio or save them to a folder on their computer. Some do both. I do both. All right. So that is the last thing you have to do as an evaluator. I hope this information is helpful. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to email me at the address on the screen. Cheers.